Give a kiss the miss. Dennis Butler.
Dubai, English couple jailed for kissing. Fellow Toastmasters and very welcome guests. Would you do time for a kiss? I would do time for a kiss, but not in jail. And I would have to add, I would do time with some of you, ladies, particularly lady judges. But seriously, doing time in jail for a kiss in Dubai, the place of the golden sands, and financial crisis, but crisis in a jail. The lady who complained saw the English couple in a restaurant. She felt offended and complained to the local authorities. Felt offended about a kiss. But you know, I would feel offended sometimes about other things. People using their mobile phone in a train for 8 hours, continuously yapping. I would feel like putting them in jail for 3 months. And people smoking like the biggest chimney you could have, I would put them in jail for 3 months. But some cultures have different approaches. Some cultures have different values. And some people have different toleration of different things. For me personally, kissing, I have a different approach to people in Dubai. Now, you all know, I'm sure you all had your first kiss, hadn't you? You ever forget? It's one of the big events in our lives, the first kiss. Now, before I go into explaining and tell you about my first great kiss, before I left Ireland and when I came here, I discovered interesting things about kissing. On the continent, it's a bit like the language. You know, you have tu and vu and si and tu. It's an informal kiss and an informal kiss, whatever. There are different types of kisses. Now, kissing in Ireland, you know, you don't have the informal, the formal, you have the one word in English as well, you. But this kiss in Ireland, I grew up in a time in Ireland, we just came from a period where the lady sat one side of the church and the gentleman sat at the other side of the church. And after Vatican II, there was a merger. But strange as it was in this church, there were two side aisles in the galleries, and there was a mix allowed. I could never understand this. But I was always involved in the mix. I was advanced before my times. I was liberal. But let me tell you about my first kiss. Now, you know the type of kiss I'm talking about. Yes? Well, in those days, a kiss, and the first kiss in Ireland, so many years ago, was as good as a one-night stand. That's all you got in those days. But it was after a local discotheque. And I was only reminded recently of this event. Why? Because I met up with this more experienced lady. I was already an apprentice this time. And it's strange how boys as they are seem always to go for experience for the first time out. Would you not agree, gentlemen? And ladies, isn't that your experience that's gone for the younger men at times, or boys? But my first kiss, and of course, I should explain, just like in Dubai, in my school days, if you were fraternizing with the girls or the ladies, and if you were kissing on the street, believe it or believe it not, you were suspended from school for 3 months. These days did exist in Ireland. You were suspended for 3 months. A bad example to the community. However, getting back to my first kiss, it was a very public place, but there was one location near this old marketplace. And the old school bus was always parked in front of the marketplace. So you're behind the school bus with an air of privacy, and there the great adventures of kissing began. Now, I must say I was rather terrified meeting this experienced lady first, rather terrified being an apprentice. I won't tell you too much about the lady because her reputation has to be protected. But I will tell you, and I got a flashback during the course of the break to describe my first kiss. And I've got an ideal prop to explain so.
Oh no.
And it's very much like the description of this wine. And let me quote. This has flowered, citric and gooseberry notes, and is fresh with a long and agreeable finish, just like my first kiss. It's very interesting, dear Toastmasters and guests. If you go into any wine shop and you get a description of every wine, does it not represent a kiss? This tells the story of one of your many kisses. And I hope you have had as many kisses as you drank bottles of wine. But a kiss can be a lethal thing. It's a form of communication, and it can be abused, or it can be treated with respect. But be careful of the lethal kiss, especially gentlemen of my age. I just heard of a case of a lecturer, professor from the University of California, who went to the International Business School in Hong Kong. And behold, he had a golden dancing room of maidens, young maidens. And were they looking for good results and tried hard to seduce the lecturer with their voluptuous lips. But behold, the lecturer, after days of 40 degrees temperatures, invited one of his students to his room. And what happened? It was TV times, communist times in China, and he was caught. His wife found out. So, dear Toastmasters, be careful of that lethal kiss, because there is a time we must give the kiss and miss.